going on, guys? Victor here. I am with Brookie and we are in the beautiful Florida Keys. Now, I'm sorry for not uploading for a while, but you know, sometimes life gets busy and you got to take a break. We got a ton of action from fishing the bridges the last 2 days.
2 days worth of lots of action.
Yes, and this is not clickbait. The title and thumbnail you guys see, we actually did catch, clean, and cook a nurse shark. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Yeah, it's on, it's on. Oh, it's a tarpon! Big tarpon on, big tarpon. Oh boy, we're gonna get some big tarpon on the voodoo shrimp. This is good, yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. Me and Brooke saw a bunch of fish just in the shadow line. And they were either tarpon or permit. We kept seeing them flash, so I put on a fake shrimp lure. Sure enough, it ate it. Oh, he jumped right there, dude.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know, something big.
That's
it, it's on the other side of the bridge now. Oh, he's coming back this way.
Come on, you got it. Keep it off that piling, Vic.
Oh, I'm trying. Yeah, he's right there, he's right there. Well, I don't think we're going to bring this thing on the bridge, but I'm just trying to get him in front of a piling so I can at least get him straight up and down and try to break him off. There it is. We had our fun. That was going to be the outcome regardless, but what a battle. I consider that a catch. I got him. And the reason we didn't bring it up on the bridge, tarpon over 40 inches, you're not supposed to take them out of the water. That thing was definitely over 40 inches, so that hook will rust out of there, but awesome catch.
And he swam away real strong.
Yeah.
He was fighting so good to the end.
What a great way to start the trip, huh, babe?
Yeah.
So in between this bridge and that bridge, that's the driving bridge, there's a shadow line, and those tarpon, they'll sit with their head in the current just waiting for crabs and shrimp and bait and all sorts of things to flow by. This is what I caught that tarpon on. This is called a voodoo shrimp. It's a shrimp lure. It's got a weight in the head, real strong hooks, 40-pound tough line leader, and only 15-pound tough line braid. I can't believe this stuff stood up as long as it did. And you guys can actually save 20% off both the braid and leader. Use my code LANDSHARK, link below.
Sorry. Come on.
I had to play him easy. Guess what it is?
No way.
Yes, baby. That's a legal size too. Go, go. Just start.
No.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
His head's in. Okay. Oh. Woo! Brook and I had two goals for this trip. A, try to do a nurse shark catch and cook. And Brooke was gonna make some ceviche on the bridge. So we're gonna measure this guy real quick. The way to measure a shark is you don't measure the total length when it comes to harvest them. You measure to the fork of the tail. And since nurse sharks don't have a defined fork, I wasn't going to chance it. I'm not trying to A, keep something undersized and post it to the world, and B, if it is undersized, it's not the right thing to do. So we let that one go.
Oh, it ran into it. Mine was a mile friggin' through the pipe.
I don't know what that was. 2 grunt plugs on bottom, and we had 2 mystery giant fish both eat us. Mine was way down there, and this fish is swimming against the current underneath that side of the bridge. I don't know how I could possibly land this thing. It's not moving yet.
Mine went way under there. Do you see it?
No, I don't even see his line.
Slowly, yeah. Just pulled off. Half my spool was gone. Started down basically at that platform, went underneath this line, and we thought it was tangled with that line, but it happened to be a different fish that Brooke had. Went underneath there, and I don't know what happened after that. But all this line is free. This is not meant to be today.
Oh, where did it break?
Right in the middle.
Oh man. Yeah,
This is going off.
hey, you tried. You tried.
Hey, that's what, 3, 4 today already?
I know. We've been trying all day to catch a nurse shark. Christian over there, he's lost a couple. We got 1 undersized one, and then I think Brook and I hooked 2 really big sharks that just absolutely owned us underneath the bridge. So, as the tide's been going out, we've just been stocking up on grunts. One of my favorite baits in the Keys. I'm just making a grunt plug. So basically I just cut it right behind the head, and then I also cut it right here behind the tail. So it's just a good juicy ribeye for a nurse shark. And these are super plentiful baits you guys can catch yourselves. I don't know if this is a nurse shark. This might be a mutton.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I would be able to turn a nurse shark that fast. It ran real slow like a mutton would.
Just don't step on your GoPro.
Oh, it's a shark.
Well, you were right.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah, he's lucky.
Oh, he's got a yellowtail jig.
Yes, he does. Here, look. His lucky day. Remove one hook, now let's remove the other. Okay. This right here, Atlantic sharp-nosed shark. We've eaten them before. Delicious. Not coming home today, but look at that. Even a shark that small has some serious teeth. Those things will slice your hand open, even a little guy like that.
Good luck.
Thank you. See ya. Perfect nose dive. Oh my. Took off like a rocket. That's the one. That's the one. I think.
That's what you said last time.
Yeah. Who knows? Oh no, that's the one. We're due for one, aren't we?
I'd say so.
Oh yeah, big head shakes.
The pelican's still trying to eat that thing. There he is.
Yeah, that's bigger than the first one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That
That's
might
the
be the one that Christian caught.
He's like,
We've caught 2 nurse sharks today, both of which were like 56 inches total length. They need to be about 10 inches bigger. I want like a 54, 55 inch nurse shark, perfect little eater size, one that'll fit in the net. Both of them have fit in the net. We've had to let 2 go. We're gonna give it a little bit longer and see if we can get that legal size one.
they look much bigger in the water than when they get up here.
Bigger. Especially because all of their weight is in their head, and they have this skinny little tail. And so the only reason we're bringing him up is because A, we want to measure it, and 2, most importantly, we want to take the hook out. So we take the hook out and then send him back on its way.
Go ahead.
All right, it's the next day. Brookie and I came to the bridge, and we had our goal of trying to get the nurse shark still. We caught 2 undersized ones yesterday, and I think this might be a keeper. I just tossed out a really big grunt chunk on bottom, and it's fighting like a shark, that's for sure. I think it's gonna be the nurse. If it's a nurse, it's gonna be a bigger one, that's for sure. All the nurse sharks yesterday weren't taking drag. No, it's a nurse. Holy smokes, that's a giant. The current is going that way. It's incoming tide, and he's got his head in the current. I don't know why he's not swimming with the current, but he's trying to swim against it, trying to go underneath the bridge, maybe to break me off. Broke off. Wasn't meant to be. There was one much smaller following him, and I think if we put out another bait, it's gonna take no time at all to get another one. Well, I'll tell you what, the nurse sharks are out and about. As long as this one doesn't go under the bridge. They want to go under the bridge, don't they? This one's smaller.
It's the same one.
You think? Oh my gosh, it could be the same one. This is the 3rd nurse shark of the day, I'm pretty sure. We have not been able to land one successfully.
Yep.
That's him.
That's him, Vic.
You know, that's a smaller
That's
one too.
him.
That's a netter. You guys, after catching 6, probably 7 nurse sharks, we finally got the perfect size legal one. This one was over the 54-inch fork length measurement. And before anybody posts any negative comments, I want you guys to know something. Nurse sharks in the state of Florida, as long as they're over 54 inches fork length, they're legal to harvest, 1 per person per day. I don't make up the rules. I just follow them as a fisherman. You guys can find all that links below at myfwc.com. And I cannot wait to try this thing and to show you guys what it looks like, what it tastes like. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bleed this shark out and also gut it. So I'm gonna remove all the guts because sharks excrete ammonia and not so good things through their skin. So just to preserve the meat, we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna show it on video. It'll be in a separate video one day. So you guys may have seen these sharks before while diving or on the reef. That's mainly what they're known for. And if you look, all of the weight of this shark is in its head. That's because they use that momentum, and they'll do like an alligator-like roll. If I grab him by the tail, his first instinct is gonna be roll like an alligator, because that's how they feed. They feed by ripping things to shreds. They don't have big mouths or big teeth. Instead, they use the momentum of all that forward weight in their body to rip things to shreds. Notably, lobster. That's what everybody says. That this is part of their main diet is lobster. And yeah, and as you guys see, they're very plentiful. So we're not taking something that's endangered. It's a replenishable, sustainable resource in Florida. These sharks are not meant to hunt down and kill prey. They either scavenge or eat really slow-moving things. They do have teeth, they're not very big. They got small mouths. These are slow-moving sharks that mainly feed by, you know, ripping things to shreds, not being fast and attacking it in such a manner. But look at those little chompers. If he grabbed a hold of you, he could do some serious damage. All right, guys, so check this out. This is what the nurse shark looks like, all cored out. And what I mean by that is the gut cavity has been cleaned, the head's removed, and all the fins have been removed. Nurse sharks have super tough skin, just like every other shark. And it's mainly because they live in the reef. And like I was telling you, they feed on lobster and a lot of reef fish, and they're always getting down and dirty in the rocks. So they need really rough, abrasive skin. If you guys like these videos, these out-of-the-box crazy catch and cooks, please like the video. It really helps out the channel grow a lot and helps YouTube push out the videos so you guys can see it. So shark kind of roll all over. They're not like normal fish. They're kind of hard to fillet. Doesn't matter how sharp your knife is, you're gonna have to put a lot of muscle into it because they have such tough skin. So I'm gonna be using a Dexter right here. Okay, so I'm gonna start right here, just like with any fish. And sharks don't have bones, so you're not following a bone line, you're following a cartilage line. And you guys see, that knife struggles to get in there because it is just, it's tough. You know, shark skin is like nothing you've ever felt before.
The meat is very, very white.
Oh yeah. I mean, you guys hear the knife. It's like you're rubbing on concrete, you know?
It's like you're on bone, but it's
Yeah,
cartilage.
it's cartilage. It's definitely confusing filleting shark. It really is not like fish. Spine. Okay, so there's the first half, and what you guys can see, it doesn't look like a normal fish skeleton. That's cartilage. It's hard, but it's not quite as hard as bone, so it's really kind of tough to tell what your knife is doing. And also, the nurse shark, that as you get towards the head, you guys can see that spine really comes up and raises and almost forms a triangle, and that's where I was having difficulty kind of getting over. But look at this stuff. Like Brooke said, out of all the sharks we've eaten, which is probably 5 or 6 now, the whitest of the sharks. I'm real excited. That nurse shark's backbone is not like a perfect circle, it's more like a triangle. You gotta get all of this off of it. And it tapers down as you get towards the tail, but it's one just giant, thick piece of bone or cartilage. So if you guys ever get the crazy idea of actually doing this yourselves, this is not an easy process. It's not like a normal fish where you can actually feel the bones. Like this right here, this is a piece of cartilage that just kind of looks like mush, but it's not like a distinct backbone and spine where you can just get it off all in one swoop. You end up with a little bit of cartilage throughout, and you kind of just got to trim it away. And another thing with any shark, is they have huge bloodlines. Look at this stuff. There's still about 1/4 of an inch of flesh left on the tail section of this. These are the tail section chunks, and look at that. Even after I left that much meat on, you still have a bunch of that. That's gonna be the foul tasting, not good stuff in your shark fillet, and that's what's gonna turn people off. So make sure to remove all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up here, get my tail chunks, get my nice steaks, and I'll catch you guys in the kitchen.
It was crazy. It was a crazy place.
First up on the menu, we got a little nurse shark bites. This is just half flour, half cornstarch, seasoned with a little chili powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then I did soak all of the nurse shark in buttermilk before I dredged it. So we're gonna go into a nice hot oil bath right here. Oh yeah, you guys ready for this? Look at these golden brown nurse shark bites. Just so you know, we are gonna make this in another way, not just fried. Because everything fried tastes good. It's so tender. Are you filming?
Yeah.
That was the no lie behind the scenes. Every time I serve food, I always try it before I serve it to a group of people. This is the most tender shark I've ever had. I mean, incredible.
There's like zero texture.
Little sweet chili mayo. Finish off with a little scallion. Super tender, isn't it?
Oh my god. It melts in your mouth.
Yeah. That's really good.
You like it, Gabby?
It's really good.
Bang bang shrimp style. Fire flame.
That looked like a good one, Fisher.
Yeah. Melts in your mouth. It was next level. Just 10 out of 10 stars.
7?
You think about a McDouble, this is way better than that. It's amazing.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
No shark's better than a McDouble.
Yeah.
Facts.
I don't know. I had bull shark last time with you guys, so I had it's not an expectation of it to be the same, but I didn't really know what to expect, and for it to be as tender and as flaky as it was honestly shocking. But it was really good.
This is gonna be like the true test because everybody always says in the comments, fried fish is fried fish. Well, this is gonna be a real high heat sear on one side. We got it dusted with coriander, black pepper, salt and pepper, garlic powder. Real simple. A little bit of oil, and then you're really gonna be able to see the texture and the true flavor of this nurse shark. All right, going down. It is surprisingly flaky.
Come here and Brooke and Victor cook fish. We're usually expecting it to be like in a similar class, but it's funny because shark is actually very standalone. Like I would say that shark is like the same way that you'd say I'm having chicken tonight, I'm having fish tonight, I would say I'm having shark tonight. It's really not that close to fish because of how it holds together, and it's actually so good.
So we didn't do our usual end of the video review because you know what? Sometimes you just gotta enjoy yourself. We had a few people over, had a good time, but everybody seemed to enjoy it. I liked it. It was not what I was expecting. We've had sharks 5 or 6 different times, and this was the most tender, not just shark, but the most tender fish I've ever had. And that is a lot of different fish.
A lot of times people ask you like, oh, what can you compare that to? And honestly, I have nothing to compare it to. It was unlike anything we've ever had. Unlike any fish I've ever had, unlike any other kind of meat I've ever had, it was completely different. Before we even cooked it, the meat was so white. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. It was just completely different than anything we've ever had before. We make these videos to show you guys like different species and to show you all these different things, but we're not technically encouraging you to go out there and like kill sharks. It is a really big process to go through that whole thing. We don't show you the entire thing for YouTube monetization reasons, because if we did show you the whole thing, probably get demonetized, but it's a big process. You know, you're bringing a big animal to clean and then to actually consume. You gotta think about the fact that we always have, when we do these kind of videos, we always have people lined up to give all the meat to. Nothing goes to waste. We're not only just feeding like a couple people one meal. Like,
we're not doing it just to do it. We're not doing it just for the views. We actually have a thought out plan of what's gonna happen to that animal from start to finish. And that's exactly what we did. There's nothing left of it.
It's not like you're just going out and catching a couple snapper to eat for dinner. Like, it is a big animal, so don't forget about that fact.
Yeah. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, please like the video. It helps us out a lot as creators. And until that next one, see ya.
Bye.